Hey, have you ever heard the term emotional self-care? I know we all the time hear about physical self-care, like taking a bath, exercise, drink plenty of water, all that kind of good stuff. But how often do you hear about taking care of emotional self? I mean, that is just as important as taking care of our bodies. Hey, I'm Selena Faye, your midlife guru, coach, best friend, whatever you want to call me. I'm here to talk all things midlife. And today I'm talking about giving ourselves emotional self-care, because that is just as important as taking care of our bodies. We have to take care of our insides, our thoughts, our feelings. How all of that affects us is huge. And it also has a huge impact on how we take care of our physical bodies and what we actually do in our lives. So the first thing you can do to give yourself emotional self-care is a simple word called forgive. That's it. But it's not as easy as it sounds. So I'm sure people have done you wrong in life and you've been able to forgive them and move on. But you've made a bad choice in your life, one that you're not proud of today, and you still beat yourself up over it now. Am I right? Can you relate? So take, for example, I'm going to use myself. I am horrible at picking men. I just have always been. That's just part of who I am. I accept it. I own it. That's what it is. I can look back now today in my life at guys I dated 10 years ago and think, what in the world was I thinking? Like, he is totally not my type, totally a scumbag, player, whatever. Why did I put up with that? But I can't judge 10 years ago Selena against today's Selena, because I'm so different. So much in my life has changed since then. So I have to be able to say, you know what, girl, 10 years ago, you decided something based on what was going on in your life right then. And that's how we do make our decisions and choices in our life. So I can't today say that was stupid or you are a total failure because you made a bad choice. I have to just say, you know what? I made that choice based on what was going in my life. I accept it, not going to do it again. Learn from it. I have more boundaries. I've expanded. I'm a different person than I was 10 years ago. So you have to be able to forgive yourself. And that takes time. Every time that negative thought about, oh, I'm such a failure because I picked that loser 10 years ago, you got to knock that out with something positive. Like, I'm a great person. I'm a different person now. I have grown. I've learned so much more. I'm not going to make that mistake again. You have to do the positive self-talk every time you say something negative, and then so you can forgive yourself and quit thinking about that. Quit thinking about 10 freaking years ago. The only memories 10 years ago need to be happy ones, like when you get married, when you have your kids, memories with your kids, fun holidays with the family, things like that. You don't need to be thinking about negative stuff anyways. So the second thing you can do is accept that there's changes in lives. And there is. Life is always changing for everybody. Nobody's life stays the same. And why would we want it? That would be so boring, right? Like, I need some things to stay the same, but I need a little bit of change to kind of keep things interesting and fun. So, using myself again as an example, I had my kids when I was very young, 16, 18, and 20. So I grew up when they did. I don't remember first steps. I don't remember first words. I don't remember all those fun little things in my kids because I was a kid myself. But life has changed, and that's okay, because now I have grandbabies and I can see and remember first steps and words and funny things, and watching them as they explore the world and realize their hands and all those kinds of good things. And that's because life changes. If it stayed the same, we would be bored. So you're going to forgive yourself for choices you've made in the past that you're not happy with today. And guess what? In 10 years from now, you're going to make choices today that you're not happy with. And you're going to forgive yourself for that, and you're going to move on. And then you're going to accept that things change. You can't stay in the past. You've got to move with the changes. So you've been a mom for 20 years. Well, guess what? You get to be a mom, but in a different way. And that in itself is a change. So the third thing you can do is rediscover who you are. And that, to not sound repetitious, is because life is always changing. Your values and morals and ethics and skills and talents were 20 years ago are different today. And that's good because you've grown. If you're constantly growing, that's great and wonderful. But every once in a while, you need to take a step back and you need to revisit, who am I? Where do I stand in these things? I have got the perfect thing to help you do that. I have created a course. It's a 6-week course called Journey to Finding Yourself. And I went through tons of therapy, coaching, group coaching, workbooks, self-help books. I did it all because I was struggling so hard to figure out who I was once my kids were grown and it was just me in my house by myself. And I have compiled all of that plus my certified life coach training into this 6-week course, The Journey to Finding Yourself. And each week there's like a 10-minute, maybe 15-minute video for me kind of explaining the week and what you're going to focus on, and then the workbooks and worksheets you focus on your own. Once you take that deep dive in finding out who you are, then we work on your dreams, your passions, your purpose, all of those things, and I help you create a game plan for the rest of your life to get the life that you want. And let's face it, you freaking deserve. Link is going to be down in the descriptions, as well as a link to the Good Midlife membership. So if you're somebody that wants to do this, but you want a little bit of encouragement, you want some support, that's what you get in the membership. That is going to include the Journey to Finding Yourself, plus all my other products and workbooks that help you with that, individual workshops, group coaching calls, community. I mean, there's just so much. So I will have links down in the show notes where you can, check out some more information, see if that's right for you. And while we're talking about it, hit subscribe, like, thumbs up, whatever you do here on YouTube to show me that you're interested, so I'll keep making more videos. So the first thing we're going to do is forgive ourselves. Second thing, we're going to accept change. Third thing, we're going to rediscover who we are. The fourth thing, we're going to evaluate our relationships, because as everything else I've said, things change, and so do your relationships. So maybe who you're a friend with right now is not a good fit for you because your life has changed so much from theirs. And a good example of that is moms. You have your mom friends that your kids are still in school with, but maybe your youngest was best friends with their first. And so your kids are now grown and they're gone and they're doing the adult life. And your best friend still has kids down in grade school. And so now y'all's likes and your life and stuff have changed a little bit. And maybe that doesn't need to be your best friend. Maybe you need to find somebody that's got more relatability skills with the time in the life that you're at now. I hope that makes sense. It sounds really confusing in my head. A lot of times people get divorced once the kids turn 18 and move away because they've grown apart. Maybe that relationship is not where you want it to be. Maybe it means a divorce. Maybe it means counseling. Maybe it means date nights or things like that. Like, look at all the relationships in your life and start building boundaries. What are you willing to put up with and what do you not want to put up with? It's your time. It's your time to say no to other people and yes to you. And so the fifth thing I want you to think about is self-reflection. And that is something that we should be doing ever so often in our life anyways. Just sit with yourself and just let your mind go. And where are your thoughts? Are they more negative or are they more positive? If you're happy with your thoughts, great. If you want to change them, now's the time. And then take those thoughts and go a little step deeper and think, why am I having these thoughts? Why am I feeling this way? So a great example of that is everybody loves like the ID channel, true crime, shows like that where people do horrible things. I don't know why, but it intrigues us as humans. But if all you do is watch the ID channel, and then when you're in the car, all you do is listen to podcasts about drama, true crime, things like that, all that's on your mind is not trusting people, killing people, how to get away with murder, negativity, things that can have an impact on you and make you start being very negative. Really change your personality and your view on things and how you go about life. And so doing a self-reflection and saying, why am I so negative? Oh, it's because all I'm watching is negative stuff. Then that's an easy fix. Start throwing in some positive stuff. It doesn't mean you can't do those things that you do enjoy, but just throw in some more positive things, maybe some upbeat music instead of podcasts on crime shows. Maybe you don't watch crime shows and you watch some reality TV, listening to other people's drama, not having to worry about it not being yours, something like that. So it is so important for you to take care of yourself emotionally, because our emotions and our feelings control our thoughts and it controls our actions, and that controls ultimately the result, which is your life. Take some time, take care of yourself, and until next time, I'll see you later.